What them haters talking about?
What's up, family? After a slave auction prank, River Valley High School in Yuba, California has forfeited its football season. Damn, Skippy, let me tell you something, fam. When you're that uncivilized, you really don't belong anywhere where there is something organized. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you really don't belong around civilized people. Let's address the elephant in the room. In order for them to have a mock slave auction, they'd have to have some black participants, right? Insert the dodo birds who stood their silly asses up there and allowed their teammates to auction them off in the first place. Who raised them? I can guarantee you this, fam. When I was in high school, if any one of my teammates, black or otherwise, would have remotely suggested something like that, it would have been ding, ding, fries, and shake, straight out the gate. This is why it's important to know your history. This is why it's important to have information about your past. Because if you don't know where you've been, you have no clue where you're going. Knowing your past helps you to prevent the same mistakes. You understand what I'm saying? These dodo birds, they obviously are so far removed from the remnants of slavery. All of the harshness of it, the destruction of it, they're so far removed that they think it's a joke. They think it's a joke that people were forced away from their native land. They were kidnapped from their native land. They were stacked in the bottom of boats on top of one another. Many of them died of starvation. Many decided, look, before I go into captivity, I'd rather just not be alive, and they jumped over. They jumped into the water. They'd rather be eaten by sharks than by racists. They don't understand how women, pregnant women, were bounded by their limbs and tied to horses and ripped apart and had their babies stomped out of their bellies. They don't understand that many little black children were fed to alligators as a form of entertainment for these slave overseers, and not just the overseers, but these uncivilized mutts in general. See, they think that the whole slavery thing don't even have an effect on what's going on in their lives today. They don't understand that everything that they're going through today has a connection to slavery. They don't understand people were just, fam, imagine somebody can just walk into your house right now, rape your children, rape your girls, rape your boys, rape your woman, rape you. And nobody does anything about it. They can kill you, take your life. Nobody can do anything about it. Nobody does anything about it. You have no protection from the law at all. You got people who straight up just stole folks' possessions. Whatever it is that you think you own, whatever it is that you think is yours, they just come take it. Try to do something about it, they kill you or kill one of your loved ones. Stole people's land. I mean, people work years and years and years for their land, their property, and they just came and just stole it, just took it. They don't understand. And I'm willing to bet that some of them don't even want to understand because they think that's a joke. You see, this reminds me of this boy, Jonathan, out in, Wolf County in Texas, who got smoked by the police in a mid-protest for George Floyd and for against police brutality. This dude put up a Facebook post bragging on the police, talking about his experience. I'm like Lil Wayne, I'm kind of on the fence. You know, talking about all his experience, how the police always been nice to him, right? And then he finally got his. He got his end moment. That police officer gunned him down while he had his hands up. He's trying to break up a fight between a man and his woman. He want to be a good Samaritan, so he breaks the fight up. Everything is calmed down. The fight is way over. Police showed up. Put your hands up. Only told him to put his hands up. Nobody else. Put your hands up. Nah, man, I can't go to jail. I can't get arrested tonight or whatever he said to him. Dude, put your hands up. Tased him real quick. Tased him. He holding his hands up, trying to raise his hand so the cop wouldn't tase him again. The cop pulled out the gun and gunned him down. Just popped him, popped him, popped him, popped him. Now, for him, he didn't find out until it was his time. You see, it's back to blue until it happens to you. So these guys who allowed themselves to be auctioned, and look, and we already know that the guys that had the idea, or the guys that were auctioning them off, we already know what they're about and where their mammies and pappies come from. We already know where they got that from. They got it from their mammies and their pappies. That's where they got it from. But you know, I wouldn't even be surprised. The black dudes that allow themselves to be auctioned, they're so damn stupid, I wouldn't even be surprised if it was one of their ideas to do the mock slave auction. That's how lost they are. Oh yeah. Critical race theory absolutely needs to be taught in these schools. See, that's what they want. They want to not teach it so that you can have more of these idiots like the ones who were participating on both sides. All of them are uncivilized mutts. All of them, the parents on both sides, are to blame. On both sides. Who raised them? Had to be some uncivilized mutts on both sides. Fam, it's going to get worse. It's going to get way worse than this. Because if you don't know by now how bad slavery was, you ain't going to never know. And you don't have to know all of the history. Just all you got to know is just know that people were kidnapped, robbed of their names, robbed of their language, beaten, raped, subjugated, murdered. And nobody ever paid for it to this day. That alone would make a person who has a heart, someone who has a soul, it would make them empathetic toward whatever that group is, whoever that group is that was marginalized, who was violated, right? That's just the human in somebody, right? There are people out there who want to look at this like, oh, it's just, they're just playing, these kids just having fun, Well, why are they not having fun at the expense of the Jews? Why is it that they keep popping up with these mock slave auctions and they're treating people like slaves, reenacting slavery, but they're not reenacting the Holocaust? Since it's just fun, since it's just learning about history. Every single one of those kids that participated, your mama should be embarrassed and your daddy should have pulled out. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?